Hey guys, welcome back to Clownfish TV. This is Neon. I am here with Geeky Sparkles.
Hello.
And as if by magic, racism disappeared in a week.
I know, I posted on Twitter. I was like, wait a minute. This is like the biggest opening of 2023, but it's Miles Morales.
Yeah, there are hardly any white people in this movie, right?
Oh my god.
So we're talking, of course, about Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse having a massive opening. I actually thought it came out next week. I forgot it came out this week. Yeah, so it had a massive opening, and the audience and critical reception is very, very good.
Oh yeah, it is.
And look, the first one was good. I thought the first one was a very good movie.
Now click on the audience score and see what all audiences said. 96. Oh my god. Because with Little Mermaid, it was like 50 something for audiences and the 95. I haven't checked it today to see if it's still locked at 95, but it's been locked at 95 for days. And then this has 96 for verified and all audiences. But it's a black guy.
How dare you? How very dare you?
I thought racism. I thought, that's why everybody is like, mad about Ariel is because they're racist. The whole world is racist.
Maybe they're just tired from all the review bombing on the Little Mermaid.
No, I think it's just they're tired for all the stuff leading up to Little Mermaid. Where if anybody questioned why you're race swapping a character, and it was basically the same movie. I mean, they really didn't change too much. You're a racist troll.
So we're going to talk about this because this is the fundamental difference that we talk about.
This one's good. No, I'm not saying I don't know. Little Mermaid's probably
our reviewer Jake James went to go see it. He said it was actually very good. The first one was good. I expected this one to be good too. I was actually super pumped that they have Spider-Man 2099 in it. A lot of references to various incarnations of Spider-Man. And look, some people don't like Miles Morales. I get that. They think he's derivative of Spider-Man. However, it can be successfully argued that he is his own character.
He is. He has the mantle of Spider-Man, but he's not the same as Peter Parker.
And they have
very different characters.
Yeah, and they've definitely differentiated the two enough, I think, now.
Well, with the Little Mermaid, they're both Ariel.
Yeah.
Which is fine. I'm just saying the argument doesn't hold. I'm not trying to make pot shots at Ariel or anything. I'm just saying, Little Mermaid. I'm just saying that was the argument for that film. If that was indeed the case, how the fuck are you going to justify it now?
Yeah. So again, the different, it would have been like if they'd redone Spider-Man in the MCU and they made Peter Parker a black kid instead of using Miles.
That would be comparable. Yeah.
That would be comparable, right? So let's talk about this because this is massive. I expected this one to be big. I did not expect it to be that big, and it might beat Mario.
Yes, it might. It's opening, but it's going to be up to next weekend. We're going to see how much it drops off, and then go from there.
So before we get into it any further, please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants, guys. You'll get a woohoo if you do.
Woohoo!
She's going to try to woohoo her way through a couple of videos today.
The problem is if I talk too much, it starts to hurt. So I'll try to be good.
Okay.
And everybody's like, thank God you can't talk.
All right, guys. Deadline. Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse with all the Spider-Men's and women's and other kins and pigs.
Don't forget pigs.
Post best opening day of 2023 to date with 51 million plus.
It's almost 52 million. It's like 51.75. It's almost 52 million for Friday.
So the three day is now at 113 million plus, which is almost, and we're going to talk about the Little Mermaid, almost what the Little Mermaid made in 4 or 5 days? It was like 117.
Well, there was 4 days. It was 117. But this is domestic only. This isn't even global.
Yeah. So
I don't know what it is globally, but that's domestic.
In animation, it tends, especially superhero animation, tends to do pretty well, right? So how big is it? Now, here, before we get into the numbers here, this reminds me of the Batman situation, where the first Batman movie in the Nolan trilogy wasn't huge, but it had legs because once people went to go see it, and they're like, hey, it's not Batman and Robin again. This is actually a good Batman movie. Go see it. And then when The Dark Knight came out, it was huge. Mm-hmm. And I think that's kind of what happened with the Spider-Verse movie was that people were skeptical when the first one came out. I was skeptical. I saw the original trailer, not the last trailer they did, but the very first trailer, and I'm like, they're doing a Miles and Peter animated team up movie. Why didn't they just throw this on DVD? Yeah, that was kind of my because you really didn't see the animation and any of the comedy or anything.
It was really good.
Yeah, it was very good. It was a very good movie. So people had a chance to see it. multiple times, fall in love with it. They wanted more. So yeah, they're going to turn out in numbers, huge numbers, for this movie. So how big is it? With an opening day of 51.7 million, it's the biggest opening day of 2023 to date for any movie. The gross is beating Super Mario Brothers Wednesday.
That was their opening, was Wednesday.
Yeah. But that was Wednesday, 31.7 million. And even Disney Marvel Studios opening day for Guardians was 48.1 million.
Oh, the Guardians. Well,
but that was a Wednesday too, I think, wasn't it? I think that was a Wednesday too, yeah.
For me, it was Wednesday.
Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse's first day is the third best day ever for a Spider-Man movie, ranking behind No Way Home and Spider-Man 3. I forgot Spider-Man 3 was a massive hit, and then that was the opposite. People went to go see it. They're like, yes, another Spider-Man movie. Oh, God, that wasn't very good. That was not good. And best a slew of other opening days in the Spidey franchise, including Tom Holland titles, Homecoming, Far From Home, Spider-Man 2, blah, 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 all the Spider-Man.
I take issue with this. Even though rivals believe that the 3-day is north of 125 million, there is concern about front-loadedness with fanboys. Because, it's only guys, everyone. With deadline, sex is confirmed. And a greater East day. So they think everybody's going to go the first couple days with all the fanboys. I guess the fangirls are going to come later. We usually come harder, but Yeah.
But at least you came.
That's right.
Fanboys always come.
Well, fanboys always go early.
They always go early.
It's always harder with women.
Anyway, let's why do we always take it there? Let's talk about this. That actually does happen with comic book movies or nerd movies where everybody that wants to go see it tends to go see it opening weekend.
That's normal.
But this is also a Spider-Man movie, and Spider-Man is one of those superhero franchises that has normie appeal.
Yes, and people besides fanboys.
Kids are going to go see it.
I see you, deadline.
Yeah, right. It says guy leaning at 63%, with 61% between 18 and 34, and the biggest demo turnout being 18 to 24-year-olds at 40%. Very strong diversity demos with 34% Latino and Hispanic, 27% Caucasian. What?
Only 20% black people?
Only 22% black people and 17% Asian or slash other.
Wait, you mean
Asian or slash other? Whoa. Hollywood media outlet deadline. That is not an appropriate way to describe. It's basically Asian and whatever else we don't care. We're just going to throw it all in one bucket.
Basically with the Asian people.
Yeah.
So it's Latino and Hispanic were the biggest audience, and Caucasian was the second biggest audience. But wait, I'm confused. Racism.
Right?
And racism.
So here's the thing. People do not mind diverse characters if the movies are good and they're original characters. And again,
and they're organic, and they're not shoving it down your throat leading up to the movie release.
Yes, I mean, look.
There are all the commercials with all the people coming. They only let people be in the commercials that were black people.
I know, right? Where's the little boys being like, finally, Spider-Man looks just like me?
Yeah, all the videos, right.
True story. I've seen black kids at conventions dressed like Peter Parker.
Yep.
I've seen white kids dressed like the Black Panther. I literally saw a blonde-haired, blue-eyed white kid dressed like the Black Panther. Now, this was a convention in Pennsylvania. Had this been a convention in Portland, I think it probably would have gone
that's
wrong.
stupid if it is. If a little kid wants to dress up as a character that they feel that they relate to, they shouldn't be ashamed. Yeah. You go to Disney and, there's always little girls of different colors wearing princesses, different colors. Daughter's favorite princess was Tiana, and she dressed up as her a couple times. I saw little girls walking around that weren't white that were Belle. I mean, now it's Ariel.
I've seen.
Yeah, Elsa. I've seen Elsas that were not white. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Anyway.
But it does to people that are completely obsessed with this. So again.
Yeah, exactly. That's just it right there. Those who are completely obsessed with it.
Had this happened 10, 15 years ago, before social media, before all of the outrage, before all the cancel culture, before all of this crazy stuff that's happened in the last couple of years, people would have been like, oh, cool, Spider-Man movie. And?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, it's, which Spider-Man? Oh, the Miles Morales, the black kid that was in the Ultimate. Okay. Moving on.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like there wouldn't have been a freaking conversation about like Blade came out. I don't remember there being any conversation about Blade. I don't remember there being any conversation.
The conversations I heard was, "Holy shit, I want to see that movie."
That movie was Blade.
That's the only thing I ever heard.
The first two Blade movies are fucking amazing.
That's the only thing I ever heard about. I never heard, "Oh my god,
they're so good."
Diversity and inclusion. I just heard, "Holy shit, did you see the Blade movie?"
Yeah, and I was there day one on both Blade 1 and 2. Spawn was one of the biggest comic books of the 1990s, and it was drawn by a white guy, but Spawn was a black guy. Well, actually, it was hard to tell what he was because he looked like Hamburger, but before he was Hamburger, he was a black dude based on Todd McFarlane's college roommate. And I don't think anybody had the conversation about it. I don't remember, because I remember reading interviews with Todd McFarlane, Wizard Magazine, and people were like, "Oh yeah, so what's the story with Al? Oh, he was my college roommate. Oh, okay. Let's talk about the comic book and how cool it is." Now it'd be like, how do you feel, Mr. McFarlane, about cultural appropriation, and you're drawing a black man and you're a white man, and tisk, what's wrong with you?
I know, right?
What's wrong with you?
Yeah, I know.
Canceled. Yeah, so nobody gives a shit. Spider-Man 2099, I mean, this makes me very happy because that was like the only 2099 book that was any good. They had, back in the 90s, Marvel's trying all kinds of crazy crap. And usually it was just an excuse to sell the variant covers.
Right.
They did 4 or 5 2099 books. They had Spider-Man 2099, X-Men, Punisher, and Ghost Rider, I think were the books. I'm trying to think. But the Spider-Man book was good. And Miguel O'Hara was a good character. And his design is iconic. And he's been making a comeback lately in the video games. And I love that costume design.
Wait, you're telling me they had diversity of characters back in the 90s?
In the 1990s, yeah.
No, it cannot be possible.
And
they just invented diversity like less than 10 years ago.
And it's weird because when Miguel was introduced, people were like, "Oh, geez, they're doing Marvel, they're jumping into the future, whatever. It's kind of weird." And the books were hit or miss, right? But I don't remember there being this lengthy conversation like, "Oh, of course they made Spider-Man Latino. Of course they did. He's not really Spider-Man." Or we have fights over like, "Well, my Latino Spider-Man's better than your stupid white Spider-Man."
I know, it was stupid.
You're just angry fanboy.
People were just like, okay.
Spider-Man's Latino now. It's like, no, people were angry that Marvel's like, yeah, let's just, put out freaking 75 comics a month and they all have like chromium covers.
Right, and then that's when it collapsed. But that's not a story entirely.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, so it's doing really well. Little Mermaid, I think its opening day only did 38 some million. They didn't even have it listed here, which I thought was funny. They made sure they mentioned other movies that were open, but they didn't mention it.
Yeah, they actually do when you get down to it. They talk about the drop-off here, but
okay.
It's not in the article. But their Little Mermaid Friday to Friday was down 69%. They think the 3-day it's going to be down 60%. Because honestly, that audience is also going to go to Spider-Man. Mm-hmm. Here's the thing with Disney, like they've conflated princesses and superheroes and Star Wars and all that stuff now. They've tried to cross market, and your princess audience is also your Spider-Man audience too. You put Spider-Gwen in there, and they're marketing Spider-Gwen to the preschool crowd.
They have had toys of Spider-Gwen out for a couple of years now for preschool stuff, and they're really cute. I almost bought one because I know they're cute. Anyway.
She has a cool costume. They have cool costumes. Like all the Spider persons have very cool. Yeah, it's cool art style. I mean, I'm actually happy about this. I was excited about this movie. That I was so excited that I forgot it came out this weekend. That's how excited I was about it. But I actually was.
Spider-Man got 14 million the first 2 days overseas. Okay, because I wasn't sure what the overseas box office was. I mean, that's not fantastic, but it's not terrible.
That's 2.5 times the original.
India broke the local all-time opening day record for an animated movie.
Yeah.
I mean,
compare this again to Mermaid, which is like dying overseas. It's just not doing. Again, the big difference. Well, one, Spider-Man is just like an amazingly iconic character, regardless of which Spider-Man you're talking about. Spider-Man's an iconic character. Mm-hmm. A lot of Spider fans from all media, and this is going back to the freaking 60s when it was a cartoon show and Spider-Man was under ruse, and Spider-Man was fighting kaiju, and Spider-Man was doing all this crazy stuff. Everybody loves Spider-Man, even if you're not a comic book fan. So, household brand. Spider-Man is a brand, right? But it's just like, yeah, it's going to be a global thing. And this is, I think, is a very accessible movie, especially since they have, apparently they have a Spider-Man from India too in this. There's like Spider-Man from like Spider-Men persons from like every
women too,
possible timeline. Something
but
for
they're not all boys, they're all fanboys, Deadline.
Yeah, the only thing I don't like, I mean, I haven't seen the movie yet, so I can't tell you if I hate it or love it. I'll probably like it. I like the first one. The only thing I don't like about the direction they're taking Spider-Man in is that everything is like tied to the multiverse now, even in the MCU. Like there are not going to be any more straightforward, just here's a Peter Parker story, unless it's depressing as hell. Here's Peter Parker losing Mary Jane again for the umpteenth time and getting kicked in the balls by his current girlfriend, and life sucks. I kind of miss those days. Spider-Man stopping a bank robber, and that's it. That's the story. Now it's like Spider-Man's in like 19 different universes at once and doing all this crazy stuff. That wasn't Spider-Man, but whatever.
I'm sorry, I'm still stuck on MJ hooking up with the art guy or the comic guy insert. Yeah. I was like, really?
That's just
really?
whatever.
I mean, I like art guys. Don't get me wrong. I totally like art guys, but
art guys suck. I do. Bunch
Some
of
days.
Losers. Anyway, there we go. So again, another defense destroyed. I mean, what is it? Because Disney's always like, well, it's because of the pandemic our movie didn't do good.
Oh, now it's because of the racist.
Now it's because of the racist. Oh my God. And like a week later, they all disappeared. Everybody got educated.
That's what I was like on Twitter. I was like, wow, it's amazing. They all just fell off the planet within a week.
Everybody educated themselves in a week. And that'd
be like, because it's a man. That'd be nice. I mean, racism and misogyny. But yes, the audience score was what got me. The audience and verified audience are staying high. Is Top Critics similar to the All Critics, or is it Top Critics right here?
Yeah.
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 Everybody's lining up on this one, guys. This one doesn't make me go, The other ones made me go, because it was such a discrepancy.
Yeah.
That is not the case here. Everybody's in lockstep on how they like it. So that is a good sign.
Yeah, and the first one was very, very good, and it was very well received, and I can completely see this one.
I want to see this one. We'll probably end up seeing it. So.
Yeah, we'll have to go see it. Anyway, we're going to wrap this up.
Yeah.
I think we're going to wrap this up. Please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants, and we'll talk later.
Bye. Sorry, I yelled loudly.
That's okay. I got the limiter on.
Okay. So
you can tell my
kick setting.
Yeah, you can tell.
Really? It automatically limits it when I yell?
It does. When the pitch gets too high, it does. Sometimes if you sound like all robotic, it's because it's bringing the decibels down.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Help support the channel. Go to thereef.support and get early access to podcasts, videos, and other content. That's thereef.support.